and welcome to another episode of the ForeverVerse. We have another wonderful adventure planned for you today, but first, this week's song is called I'd Rather. Take it away.
To break my heart.
I haven't heard you laugh since God knows when. I'd give up everything just to see your smile again.
I look around and everything seems broken. You look at me with cries for help unspoken. So hold my hand, I hold yours too. Won't let you go. We'll see this through. I guarantee we're going down a bumpy road, but I'd rather be in hell with you than live in heaven alone.
Unspoken.
So hold my hand, I'll hold yours too. Won't let you go. We'll see this through. I guarantee we're going down a bumpy road, but I'd rather be in hell with you than live in heaven alone. Tall.
There's no diamond without the rough.
So hold my hand, and I'll hold yours too. Won't let you go. We'll see this through. I guarantee we're going down a bumpy road, but I'd rather be in hell with you. Yeah, I'd rather be in hell with you than live in heaven alone.
Yeah. Well, wow. I certainly needed that. With all the wheat and all the stuff and all the feelings.
Beautiful, guys.
Thank you.
Guys, they do this every week. Can you believe that? It's,
I don't
So, you guys make amazing stuff. Well, welcome back to the ForeverVerse. As you know, and as you hopefully come every week to find out, this is a mysterious tale of our explorers jumping from life to life, facing game mechanics that are not their own, and hoping one day the next adventure will be the one to lead them home. A couple of announcements before we jump right into it. I just wanted to say, officially, unofficially, I'll be working on International Tabletop Day. Whee! Tabletop Day! We have a lot of things that we want to make for changes next year because Tabletop Day is an amazing thing, and it should keep going. And it is going to be just as fun, if not more fun, than last year. And we have a lot of great announcements that we'll be giving to you. The official date has been locked internally, but I will be announcing it when I can formally announce it, which should be in the coming month. All right, but I can tell you that it will be in April.
Okay, that's something.
It is something. It is absolutely 2017, right? It is happening. April 2017, International Tabletop Day will still happen. I will shamelessly promote the fact that if you have not picked up a copy of the ABCs of RPGs, well, it is on ThinkGeek now, and you can go buy it with all of your holiday swag. Because I don't know about you, but I blow some serious cash on ThinkGeek every single holiday. So it's kind of, we were talking about it, Trisha. It was like the first like nerd culture online shop, really.
For sure. That became after this is why I'm broke.com. ThinkGeek became like where I go for weird nerd stuff online that I can buy.
And they still have a lot of weird nerd stuff.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, they have a lot of exclusive weird nerd stuff.
Yes,
as well,
they do.
I encourage you to keep using hashtag ForeverVerse to help us spread the word via Twitter about our little swashbuckling adventure. You'll see that our painter actually got the minis, and he's starting to work on Nathaniel and Nicole, or not Nathaniel. So it'd be. Man, I get them the alpha body and beta bodies. We actually need to update that overlay with your alpha names and your beta names as well too. But Fateless and Nicole are being worked on as we speak.
Cool. Maybe we could talk Thomas Brennan into doing it. I mean, he's already drawn all 5 of our beta characters.
Right.
Maybe
Well, he
can,
did a scene with all of them.
He did do a scene.
Maybe we could do the thing in the bottom corner where it's actually our
character
yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
maybe
that's actually
behind our
probably
other
better.
faces. There's some kind of.
That's fair, and it's certainly worth something to talk about because I'd like them to be able to know just as much. Because obviously you're exploring your beta characters way more, at least in this adventure, than the alpha stuff, which hasn't come up much yet.
Right,
but
Yet. Smell some Jimmy.
Or some Thanatos. We'll see.
Thanatos.
Mayhaps.
Also,
hopefully not.
speaking of previous adventures, I said it last week as well, but it's worth repeating. Pugmire's up on YouTube, all of it.
Yeah. So wait, is that every Thursday a new Pugmire releases?
Pugmire, all the episodes of Pugmire have been released.
Okay.
As of now, so all 6 episodes have been pushed out. Starting Thursday, Werewolf will start to being put up, and then there's 9, which with the first episode being the official
World of Darkness.
The World of Darkness camp session that we did. That was your prologue for the
wow.
ForeverVerse. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Sewers. I remember sewer grates.
Yes.
Yep.
You will go back.
Psychiatrist.
For what it's worth, I have written down that I have a videotape because I video recorded the whole sewer grate scene. I have that on video somewhere.
That's amazing.
Another body.
Yeah, it's another body and another universe.
But it's there, Hector.
But I still
It's there.
taped it.
I got a bunch of videos of stuff in other universes.
Gross.
Yeah. I mean, by this universe's standards, super gross. But by that universe's standards, really romantic.
Yeah.
Yay. I got cool.
Beautiful. And there's anything,
By some universal standards, it's beautiful.
That's by some, it's amazing. It's romantic. And then in some different tastes. God, I forget your werewolf character's name too. I know he was
Friday.
Delish.
Delicious.
Milish. Yeah, he probably has some videos.
Yeah.
All your characters probably actually would have videos at one point or another, just on what angle Santiago's.
That's what I call it role playing, y'all. Come on. I'm kinky with it, no?
Oh boy, sir.
Whoops. But ABCs of RPGs, get it for your kids.
Great segue.
Great segue.
Perfect segue. So with that, is there anything that you guys would like to talk about before we hop into our adventure? Because it's gonna be a bumpy ride as soon as we get in.
I'm seeing Fantastic Beasts tonight. That's my
Whoa.
exciting.
Whoa.
That is very
What
exciting.
tonight? That's cool.
I know, right?
I'm jealous.
I'm going to see it tonight, so I have my Deathly Hallows dress on just for the occasion.
That's
so ready to
nice.
go.
That looks good.
I'm very
Is it coming out tonight, or you're seeing like a special?
No, it comes
early
out this
screening?
weekend.
Yeah.
Nice.
advanced screener for Trish.
I know, I'm pretty stoked.
That's pretty cool. So let's see Doctor Strange. That's what happens when you have an 18-month-old. You don't
Yeah.
see as many movies
What was
anymore.
the last movie you saw in theaters?
The last movie I saw in theaters. We saw. I think the last one that I saw was what was that horror film that, or wasn't horror? It was the Aliens one where.
Interstellar.
No, not quite. Older than that, but it had a John Goodman in it.
Oh,
John
Cloverfield
Goodman,
Lane,
yeah.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield
Oh,
Lane.
there we
Don't
go.
spoil it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Not
yet.
gonna
That was
spoil
this
it.
year. That was from this year.
Yeah,
was-
yeah.
Was it good?
One more time.
Was it good?
It was very good.
Okay, good.
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. John Goodman, that man can act.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I've heard
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
He was very good
Hell
in that.
yeah.
Jason, I have it on Blu-ray. I'll let you borrow it.
Do
Okay,
you have
cool.
a Blu-ray?
Good
Oh.
man.
This man still buys Blu-rays, and he's got quite a bit of them.
Why
so.
is it that whenever I say I have a Blu-ray, people always say, you still buy Blu-rays?
Because it's digital. Yeah.
I appreciate that you still buy Blu-rays.
Great.
I said,
I like it.
Still, yeah, you still
Hector,
do.
all I said was thank
Even-
you. Just let that be noted. I did not.
I have a small announcement.
Yeah.
My album, Songs in the Key of D&D, is fully mastered, and if I wanted to release it today, I could.
Do it!
But I'm
she's
gonna wait. I'm
dangling
gonna
it
wait.
like a carrot
I'm dangling it like
over
a
her
carrot.
head.
Yeah, I'm
Why
gonna
are you
release it
waiting?
before the holidays, but I just need to decide on a release date.
Yay.
Cool.
And-
That's great.
Yeah.
I hope to hear it.
It's 10 songs 33 minutes of inside jokes. So.
You should release it December 10th because that was the day that the original first edition of D&D was created.
Whoa.
We have a release date.
Actually, I just made that up. I pulled that out of my ass. I have no
God
idea.
damn it!
Hector!
But
You're so unbelievable.
Do the
Shit.
December 10th
This
is
is-
also a D10. So.
Oh!
You know,
It is.
Oh.
D-
I don't
In
know
that
if you
case, you
wanna
could
do
do you
D20.
could just
Well,
do December
pretty close.
20th then.
Yeah, but
you
then it's
know?
pretty
Yeah.
too close to the holidays.
Too close to the holidays.
Close.
Too
No,
close.
it's not.
You want people to be able to buy it for their friends and family for the holidays.
Yeah, but it's not going to be physical.
All right,
Oh, well,
guys.
Put it out on the.
We have an adventure to jump. We could banter all day, and trust me, I would like that.
Let's
But
just do 2 hours of banter.
Let's
That'll be our separate show. Our after show.
Forever chat.
the Forever Chat. Yeah. You guys got Tox Machina. We've got Forever Chat. So with that, in our last episode, our adventurers managed to incite a riot amongst the townspeople of Merkleon in order to storm Oxenford Fort and potentially trade the lives of 2 captured soldiers for the lives of their beloved ones. Commandeering the parade floats, they now make their way to a secret meeting that they believe is at a plantation west of the city of Merkleon. So, I also would like to go back a little bit and kind of paint a picture of the plantation a little bit, because I felt like we rushed past that a little bit.
But we did open the gates to the
You
basement.
you opened, yeah, I
The
believe
cellar.
you
We
even-
rushed to open the gates.
Yeah, we opened the cellar doors.
the cellar door gate. So yeah, so I'm going to back up a little bit and just describe what you saw as we get to that cellar doors opening up. So the road to the plantation that you took your parade float through was through a large tunnel of large oak trees that were perfectly manicured to make safe any concerns of low branches scratching either carriage or passengers, despite the almost abandoned manner of the building. Even with a large papier-mâché oyster, it seemed to appear perfectly inside of it.
No one noticed.
Right?
We ride in
Interesting.
style, guys.
At first, only the front porch of the building is visible at the end of this arboreal tunnel. But as you traveled closer, the large plantation manor would come into view. And you would have noticed to your left, that is continuing to look west out towards away from the city, you'd have seen the moon glistening on the evening dew of a rolling hillside of vineyard-style plants laid up on the side of the plantation, rising on the rolling foothills leading up into the Avalon countryside. You would also have noticed large piles of plant husks scattered at the base of these tracts of land, as barrels are laid out among smaller work buildings close to the vineyard. All right, so we established that you parked your cart, hopped out, and trotted over to the cellar in which Trish made the lock fall
Yes.
apart and clink against
Got
the side
it.
of it. Got it, right? A skill that says got it means
Yeah,
you
the
got
advantage called got it. Maybe the
That's
best thing.
pretty-
Well, maybe second to Hector's able drinker.
That's kind of the best skill I've ever heard of in any RPG across the board.
it. Is got it.
No, it's
Able
able
drinker.
drinker.
Yeah, you
Make
do.
it drunk.
You can
Valid.
use it,
Use
yeah.
it anywhere.
And to remind people about how 7C works is that much like a movie, things are kind of done in scenes and situations in which you decide an approach you would like to have something be done, and then we spend raises to kind of go through that scene or situation in a beat-by-beat process. Now, depending on if that's an action-filled sequence or if that's, diplomatic talky-talk situation or sequence, your raises kind of allow you to use your approach in order to get through the storyline. If you go outside of your approach, you have to spend extra raises, but essentially you're generating resources that you will then spend in the scenes to either lift up your characters by spending raises to give them advantages, or by using them yourself to further your own storyline. So think of them like role-playing points that you can spend to do the things that you want in a situation. And with that said, as the door opens in front of you, you hear a small click. As the door swide wide open, you hear the whiz of a needle as it passes you
Whoa!
and strikes Fateless right in the side of his neck.
Oh no! 3 darts is 2, man.
Well, 1 dart was too much for Fateless.
Bayless is a big dude. How much is that dart packing?
I don't know, because as the dart comes into his neck, you watch as he has literally enough time to put his hand up to the side of his neck before you watch his eyes roll into the back of his head
Jesus.
as he falls backward and plops
Oh my
onto the dirt.
goodness.
And
Jeez.
at that moment, you start to hear several other clicking sounds, like
Oh,
2
no.
rocks being struck together.
Is it the same kind of clicking sound?
No, that was a more mechanical click.
Okay.
This sounds like rocks being struck together in a rhythmic fashion.
Is it somebody pretending that they're a horse? Yeah.
Cook-up, cook-up, cook-up.
No,
Do we
not quite
see
coconuts.
anything?
If you're looking back towards where everything came from, you do see the light of several sparks clicking in the dark hallway leading down the stairs and into the hallway leading into the cellar. So at this point, you see a flash of smoke as you watch as a piece of powder, smoke, as you watch a small sparkling glint start to move its way along
Oh no, oh no, oh
the
no.
side of the hallway. What were your approaches?
Yeah,
Because you were
wait,
now in a
where is it going?
situation.
Like, if we're facing this way, is it going this
Yeah,
way?
It
we're
is
facing
a
down the cellar steps.
So if you're looking at the top of the cellar steps and you look down the stairs leading into the cellar, you saw a click, a flash of light, as suddenly a poof of smoke, as you can now see it moving up
Oh, further away from us.
further away from you towards
Yeah, I want
the
to stomp
cellar.
that shit out.
All right. So you're now in a situation. I'm going to get my music going. I will tell you.
Wowie,
situation
kazowie. Okay,
music.
so before we open this door, though, we heard people talking down here, right? That's why we opened this door?
You heard sounds, and you potentially heard. It was extremely vague, but
Okay.
it was not so prevalent that you would assume that there are people just on the other side of the door. Obviously,
Okay.
there's no people on the
Which
other side.
is
of
why
the
we
door.
felt okay to just open the door.
Exactly.
Got it.
All right.
Wow.
Let me get my
Explosives.
suspense music going.
Yeah, I
here.
love that they're just exploding the downstairs.
Yeah.
They're like,
People found us, blow it all up!
Yeah.
Typical.
that's what I do
Yeah.
every day the mailman comes.
Just blow it all
Blow it
up.
up again. Found me.
I wanted to set up a booby trap.
You know where I am.
So here's the situation, everybody. There is a fuse that has been lit, and you can see as this fuse is tracking itself along the hallway that you just left. Now that fuse, you can see the track of which it's going, and it will go off at raise 3. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Which means as soon as someone, or as soon as everyone is at raise 3, this thing will go off.
So we need to get more than 3 raises to get a chance to do anything before it.
And something else will happen at raise 1 if it does not go off.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So explain to
Or if it does go off, I'm sorry,
we
something
have
will
to
happen at raise 1.
spend- If everyone gets to spending 3 raises.
It's not spending 3 raises. If you think about raising as like a timeline, all right? You can do whatever you want, but from this point forward, as soon as everyone has 3 raises, so if you have 5 and you spend down to 3, as soon as everyone has 3 raises,
I see.
this thing goes off.
Okay.
As far as an activity goes.
I see.
All right, guys, everybody use your best approach.
Okay, I can't
So-
use this fuse.
Right.
that's
So
my-
tell me what your approaches are.
Yeah, my first instinct.
Also, it's also when this music stops.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm heading. I'm gonna run after it and stomp on it.
All right. So would you like to
I'm
use?
attacking the fuse.
But it's up on the wall.
Is
Is
it?
it like Mission Impossible style?
Oh yeah. Does it just?
It's going along the floor.
Along
Oh,
the
on the
floor.
floor?
Great.
Oh, okay.
Mission Possible style.
Mission Possible.
Right.
Very
We
possible.
hope it's
Yeah.
possible.
Very possible. So you're running after it, doing what?
You know, trying to catch up with it and then stomp it out.
So you want to stomp it out.
Yeah, I
Great.
want to kill that fuse.
Let's do some athletics plus finesse then for
I-
your approach. What about everybody else?
I want to do something similar,
Yeah.
but instead of stomping on the fuse itself, I want to jump ahead of it and take out my sword and cut the wick or whatever that.
Cut
thing
the
is
wick.
called.
Great.
Cut the wick.
All right.
So I feel like that would require some finesse.
That would be some
but
finesse.
Also athletics, because I'm jumping up after it the way that Amy's character.
Finesse and athletics.
I'll let you buy me, by the way.
Where are the people that
I'll let
lit
you
this
buy me.
fuse?
Oh, okay, good.
If you want to investigate it, the problem is that you don't see anybody in this hallway. You know.
Actually, what I do is what Milton does is he grabs Fateless's body.
Got it.
I see what they're doing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm an old man, I can't catch that fuse. So I will take Fateless's body and start dragging it away.
Find some cover. Got it.
Yeah, in case they don't succeed.
So let's do some wits and athletics for you then, because that's definitely wits.
Okay, I would like to go in there along the opposite wall, if we're assuming it's a straight hallway.
Yes.
And check for any, move as fast as I can along the walls, checking for any traps that might be in there.
Okay. Finesse
They
and
seem to like traps, don't they?
I was gonna go finesse and
Oh
notice,
shit!
but
Oh come on, guys! Wait, is it over? Is the music over?
yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Well, hold on. Oh
What was
shit.
your
So-
roll? Tell them what your roll was.
Okay. Wait, did we die?
So
wait,
you-
I have a new thing I want to do if I can say that it's blowing up.
it is.
Okay, if I can see that it's blowing up, I want to take out the cube and just hold it towards the fire.
Whoa! We're dead.
All right.
We're about to
It
die.
might suck all the fire in. Come on.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching the show, ForeverVerse. We really appreciate the
Next week
opportunity.
we'll be rolling
I've been on the water
characters.
before. Come on.
It's all right. So as you see, this giant light starts to erupt out of everywhere. A bright white light erupts and flashes as you start to see a impact, like a boom, like a bunch of gunpowder going off. All right, and a bright white light flashes as you see gas start to fill in different areas inside
What
of
the fuck did we do?
inside of the not only the cellar, but as it starts to kind of whoosh up like a giant dusty green cloud.
What does it taste like?
It
Don't taste it.
Oh, so we're
No,
all
but
up in it?
I mean, okay, I don't taste
Hold your goddamn breath. What are you
The
doing?
question you asked shouldn't be. Yeah, it's no. Amy's like, okay,
Wrong approach,
so
Stella.
we're breathing it. So now what? No. We're
We're not. We're
no.
definitely not breathing yet.
so if you
Plug
had
up
a,
all your holes.
if
all
you
of
had
them.
approaches, you looked like you rose. Did you get any raises before that thing fell down?
6 raises.
6 raises.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you would
'cause
like.
I have a rank 4, which
If-
means sets of 15 or 2 raises, and I had 3 sets. I rolled. I have 8, 7, 9.
If you would
6,
like
9,
to
6.
spend some of those raises to kind of duck and cover, I would allow you to spend some raises right now that this thing has gone off to use your approach, which you did which was athletics and finesse,
Yeah.
in order to do something to
Okay.
react to this dust cloud
Okay,
coming up to you. By the way, you two seem to have avoided the cloud since Fateless and you were away
Where
from
are
the
the
side.
clouds coming from? Are they coming from the bottom or the top?
It's coming from the alleyway or from the walkway, and it exploded at the base of the hallway leading into the cellar. And you can imagine a whoosh as a green cloud erupted into you. So you would be at the stairs, either the bottom of the stairs or the top of the stairs,
Okay.
taking this cloud in the face.
Is there any way can I spend a race to see how far back it was released?
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to spend a race to see if it was like an achievable distance.
So you saw the flash of light, which, if you would like to know kind of the science of what that meant a little bit, you're welcome to spend a raise on that. But you basically
No, I
saw a
don't care
white
right now.
flash of light at a hallway. So you came down the stairs and there was a long hallway leading into what seemed to be a larger, more open room.
Okay.
And it was at the entryway leading into that big open room that you saw the white flash of light go off as you hear as you hear glass breaking and a whoosh as you watch as gas is starting to lead up into the area in which you guys are at.
So is it like 100 yards, or
No, it's about
it's shorter?
15 feet.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then
Basically, when this fuse lit off, it was just a gunpowder trail
yeah, that
that
makes
led
sense.
to right where this thing was.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
exploded.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to try to get in another way. Like, my point is, I don't want to go in another way. We already are in this way. So I will go. What I want to do is get past wherever the thing was released and find,
Are you rushing through the cloud then?
rushing through it. Yeah.
Super poisoned.
Okay.
Don't taste it.
Okay, and I make sure not to taste it. But I'm looking for a door on the other end and hoping,
All right.
and I'm really just hoping.
So you're basically for every raise that you spend, that's how long you can hold your breath.
Okay.
Okay? Rounds going forward or movements raising going forward, this is even better. You have to spend a raise to hold your breath and a raise to do any action. So from this point moving forward in the scenario,
Okay.
if you want to hold your breath, you have to spend a raise.
So so I'm done with one.
Right.
I've got 6. Done with 1. Found out that it was towards the end of the room.
Right.
I'm gonna hold my breath. 1. I'm going to
And then you
run towards
the entrance to where things were at. Okay.
and then also search.
And look around for it. Okay. For just look around that area. So that's the reaction that I'll let you have because you managed to get your dice out in time.
Okay.
Before it expired. This
Still-
gas.
I've got
Hector
still a
rolled
mistake.
2, right?
Oh, you did?
I did.
How many raises did you get?
3.
I will. Yes, in the same way that I allowed Stella to do it, I will allow you to react for your raises.
I'm gonna react the hell out of this. I am going to spend a raise to not breathe it in or hold my breath. Spend another raise to double back the heck out of the entrance of the cellar, and then spend another raise to see. So Fateless was outside. He got.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
He was basically at the entrance.
So he's at the entrance still.
Well, Hal drove him, or not Hal, Milton. Hal and Milton. Hal as Milton dragged him out of the entryway so that he didn't get. He's got some residual cloud effect, but he didn't get the full brunt of the woof.
Okay, great.
I'm gonna
Alright.
give Trisha my last 2.
Oh, 2. You should spend 1, and then you would describe to me the opportunity that you would like to create for her.
Oh, I would spend a raise. I would.
Spend a raise.
I'll
and
spend
tell
a
me.
raise to basically alert her. Like I'll say, yeah, or she already sees it.
Come
right?
on, Amy Vorpahl. Tell me, paint
Oh,
this
great,
beautiful
great.
photo for me of how
Okay,
you're
okay,
going
got
to
it. Okay.
give Nicole this opportunity.
So part of me running towards the thing, Stella sees the big cloud of smoke gushing at her, and she looks back at her friends, and she takes her big fluffy courtesan-looking clothing and holds it up. So she creates a mask to guard, like a guard against the smoke.
As
as
you hold
well,
your breath.
allowing Sergey, nope.
Sergey.
Sergey, yeah.
It's me, Sergey. I am friend. I'm Sergey.
Santiago to run
Sandy
through,
doesn't
but
believe
also hopefully guarding the smoke enough to let Nicole get out.
Get
if
a
she
breath
wants
in.
to.
All right. So in that
And
circumstances,
also flashing if the smoke is allergic to sexy bodies, then allowing that to happen too.
Are you nude under there?
I'm not very clothed.
so Nicole, then the opportunity that she would give you in this situation as you choose your new approach, then, is that your opportunity is that you could get a round in order to not take in a full effect of it, since she's acting as a little bit of a wind buffer for you.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Did Milton roll? Did Milton roll at all?
And Milton has his new approach he needs to talk about too, but she gave the opportunity to her, so that's why I was
So
describing.
I'm gonna go and take like the biggest breath I can possibly take.
You'll get 1 round for it because she gave you 1 chance.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a breath and then brace myself with the cube.
Okay, great.
Cool.
So I now can do a new action?
Well, we didn't even get your initial approach. So
Well, I
now-
thought my approach was to pull...
Yeah, to
Oh,
pull
that's
out
good. So
Phaelus.
you didn't even roll your raises, though, right?
No, I did. I got 2.
You got 2.
Yeah.
So you're at 2. Then what's everybody else at, even with their spends at this point? Because still the highest raises.
I've
go
got
first.
1 left.
You've got 1 left.
Me too.
I never rolled.
You never rolled. So please do your approach roll now.
And then how many
Okay, great.
how many what I did that use up both?
It would use 1.
Use 1.
Yeah. So you'd also be at 1 at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
Could I then use that to do a completely different action, or
You would. It depends on what you want to do, because your approach was to get him out. So
Right.
you would spend your raises, hopefully garnering towards your approach.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
If you want to do stuff outside of your approach, you have to spend extra raises. I'm getting some new stuff for us while we get that
Ooh.
going.
Ooh, new stuff, new stuff.
Okay, 4.
Nice.
This many, teacher.
She's
This
got
many.
4.
4. Okay, great. 4. So you get to spend some raises now, because you have 4. You can burn 1 to get that 1 breath of air, but it's going to last you a single round. This round.
I was about to call Ivan out on that whole until the song's up, but there's definitely a section in the game called time limits. So well played. That was good.
You are
That was some.
No,
it's right here. It's right here.
Yep.
Yep. For example, the GM could say, "You need to get off this burning ship before the powder room explodes, and the powder room will explode at 2 raises, and everyone takes 5 wounds." Cool.
Cool.
Great.
That's it. That's right there.
I like the use of song. That's good. Like 14-minute songs or anything?
Yeah.
Play.
In the future, I will maybe give you guys a little more. And to be fair, now you know.
I like it. I
knowing
like
is
it.
half the battle. So
And knowing is half the battle. So future moments.
I get very frustrated, but I like getting frustrated.
That's
so
good. I'm happy that your
I
frustration
I
is
get
part
emotional, but
is
I like
part of our
getting
fun.
emotional. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Nicole, you've got 3 raises. If you're going to hold your breath, that means you have at least another 1 to spend before you get down to 1 with all the rest of these. The smoke is rushing by you, but you watched as Stella lifted her dress up, and you watched as it kind of coned around her phone.
And I tried to ignore what was underneath her skirts,
Well,
because
she's
that would
facing-
be
she's-
more.
She's facing the gas. You just saw.
So
her
I get
back.
butt.
You get butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
That's
gonna
so
try to put that out of my mind for the moment as I focus on the task at hand.
Hard to do.
And yeah, to use that moment to take a breath, whip out the cube, hoping to God that I can watch it suck in this gas. I don't know if it will, but I want to focus all of my energy on simultaneously hightailing it backwards towards the entrance
holding it.
while watching the cube like a scientist watches their new experiment taking
got it.
place.
So as you double back, you hold the cube up, and you can watch in your eyes for this raise, as the smoke kind of starts to sting, and that's the big effect of this is that the smoke really, it makes your skin itch,
Jesus.
and it basically is just irritating every follicle of your body.
No
And from
good.
this point forward, pretty much everybody is going to get -1 raise to their rolls for this
Yeah.
entire
Okay.
scenario.
Okay.
You will also
Because
take
of the smoke.
one more time.
Because of the smoke.
Because of the smoke.
Got it.
So the smoke is basically an itchy, burning smoke that is making your body hurt. And there it is. Boxes are going out.
Yeah.
And you will also take a certain amount of wounds depending on if you took breaths in or not.
Cool.
So you held your breath. Did everyone? And Milton didn't get the full blast because he was out.
Right.
But everybody got a chance to hold their breath, which means, well, GM's rolling good tonight.
Oh boy.
It's still going to be 4, 2, and 4.
Whoa.
Okay.
Damage?
Wounds.
That's 4 for you.
Wounds?
Yay.
So you're going to take.
So definitely poisoned. I'm poisoned.
It hurts, and not only that, even though you took a breath in and you're getting a lot of it burning in there, you still, even though you didn't take a full breath in, you can feel as it's stinging all the way down. That little bit that you managed to get in there. But it wasn't so much that it was going to disable or paralyze you or potentially do something worse. Right now, it just feels like you're breathing in hot smoke.
Just sucks.
It just sucks right now, you know? But you grit and bear it because you're the swashbucklers that you are as you continue to purse through. And Stella, you do see where the thing exploded.
Okay.
And you can see a giant glass, or at least the remnants of a giant glass jug.
Okay.
With what appears to have been the remnants of gunpowder residue, the black smoke that you see when gunpowder goes off, as well as a small pile of white powder that seems to have been erupted. You can also start to hear the sounds of footfalls as someone or something is running into the room at the moment.
Okay, but I was also looking for a door.
Oh, yes, right. There was no doorway
Okay.
that you could see from what you want because it was an open area. However, you did see a large room, and I'll describe it to you a little bit. Not as so much detail as what you did if your eyes weren't stinging from everything.
I know, I look like a complete idiot. I'm like,
But you do,
okay.
the thing that you do see is you do see large racks of cabinets that resembling wine racks, literally filling every inch of this cellar, minus a 5-foot kind of aisle that is running ahead with a small parting to the right and straight ahead. And you can see that the room is mildly lit with oil lanterns. And you can basically see old bottling racks just lined to your left and your right, cascading all the way down to a wall that has more racks in front, with a small bend to the right that is obscured by racks.
does that place look a little bit clear of the poison?
It looks, in fact, this side is significantly less smoke now that you've passed the threshold. Like, there's still a lot of it, but very little of the smoke actually made itself into the cellar.
Okay, well that's where I'm gonna head then.
The final thing that I will tell you is that there is a large rack, there is a large kind of fencing grating, kind of like cell bars, with a locked gate that is directly to your right as well. Too.
Oh, but that doesn't prevent me from going towards the racks?
It doesn't prevent you going to the racks. It just looks like there's a private area. There's like a private room where maybe they put the best vineyard behind lock and key.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm gonna head to the non-smoky area.
You're head to the non-smoky area. So you're just going to go straight ahead towards where the footfalls are coming.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I think yeah, because I don't want to take anywhere.
Go, girl, go.
Yeah, I'll bet he'll be fucking surprised.
Great. Then, that's your last raise. So you now.
By the way, but I do pick up maybe a shard from that jug again.
Don't you have a sword now?
Oh yeah, I do. I keep forgetting. I
gotta
love
mark this.
jugs. So I love jug daggers for some
Jug
reason.
shards.
Jug shards. Yeah.
Jug
you're
shards.
Right. I do have.
They
a
are a
Better than
thing.
good
That's
jug
the name of
A
her,
cutlass. I keep
Jug
forgetting.
shard.
I
her
have
new
a
band,
cutlass.
Amy and the Jug Shards.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
Sound like rockabilly? Like what would Jug Shard the band music sound like?
Yeah, rockabilly.
Yeah.
Definitely. Psychobilly.
Psychobilly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
it is a lot of yelling, but it's a lot of like,
Because
get off my lawn!
It's like Jug is very rockabilly, and then Shard Psychobilly.
Yeah.
That's definitely psychobilly.
But you've got you three still have a single raise left to use before this scenario ends and we go into what I like to call an action sequence.
Holy crap.
Yes.
Okay.
That wasn't an action sequence?
No, that was a situation.
It's a booby trap.
All right. I have an extra raise. I could.
I thought you only had one left.
I had one left. Yeah.
Then you did go and look. That's right. You do have a single raise left in order to use inside of this area, based on your running with your dress forward approach into the hallway.
Ooh, you know what I will do is I will pick up a bottle, the one that I can handle, and
Typical Stella.
and see and see. I'm gonna throw it away to maybe give the illusion that I'm further away than I am.
Okay, so you're just gonna take a bottle and chuck it down the hall. If I'm interpreting that correctly.
Well, I mean, if he's coming towards me and I'm coming towards him,
You don't see anybody yet.
I don't
You
see
just
anybody.
hear footfalls.
then I'm gonna hold on to my bottle because that's what I will do is like use it as a distraction.
Great. All right. How about the rest of you?
So, no, go ahead.
Oh, Milton would. I want to pull Faithless as far away as I can, and then ready myself for the next action that he's going to take.
Okay, that's fair. Where would you like to ready yourself at?
Sort of, if like this is the opening, about 15 feet away from the opening.
Okay, so out in the main
In the main, like, grassy area.
knoll area. Good. Awesome.
Grassy knoll.
Pardon me. Nicole?
Did I notice the cube sucking up any of the smoke?
I apologize. I didn't get to give you the full details of that.
Yeah.
As you're backing up, you see there is a tiny, very minuscule, like we're talking centimeters, of aura around it that seems to be clear of the smoke.
Huh.
You know? Not much.
But it's not like tornado style sucking it in like it was with the water
No,
before.
not quite. It's not vacuuming it around like it was. It's not sucking it in.
Okay. With that being said, then I'm going to put the cube back in my bag and make a mad dash into the tunnel. Towards like where Stella is, if I can see her from where I am. Except for I'd like to hide up against the wall, like just completely hide myself and ready my single shot flintlock pistol.
You know what? I'm still working out the physics of this thing a little bit.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide
Oh!
how much this thing would actually affect in it. And yeah, you know what?
Yeah!
I'm feeling pretty good about, because the physics of the water would be similar to the physics of the gas.
That's what I was
Right.
hoping.
Right.
And I'm willing to completely keep that consistent.
Okay.
So you hold the cube up and you watch as it starts to swirl around you, and yes, it still like comes right by you for a moment, but as it comes right by you, you watch as it starts to like, you feel a little bit of a cyclonic motion around you as the gas, in the span of 10 around arrays or so, starts to pull the gas in in a cycle around it.
Wow.
And
What Faithless said is true. We're fucking up another plane. Putting poison gas right
as
now.
it
Did he say it's definitely a portal to somewhere else?
No, he didn't.
He said it has to do with our alpha mission.
Yeah.
But
If
maybe
it is a
there
portal
is,
somewhere else, they're going to be really pissed when we finally go through
I
it.
don't care, but
maybe there's like some plane of existence that's like a really nice meadow and a bunch of cute little cuddly bears
yeah.
that are like a society
And
of
we
cute
gave
bears.
them
Like,
all that life-sustaining water last time.
yeah. And they all have,
Just
and they all
out of
have
nowhere.
paints on their chest.
yeah, they all have like some kind of symbols on their chest or whatever, and they can
Right.
shoot rainbows and shit, and they're kissing and loving each other, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, all this like poisonous gas is just
Everything hurts.
It's burning! It's burning!
Fight it with the power of love. It's not doing anything.
So as the gas whooshes by you, instead of settling and kind of just hanging in the air, you feel as it kind of starts to whirl in and suck into the cube. And within the span of a raise, or about 2 raises, 15 seconds or so, you feel it being abundantly cleared of the stuff that's around, especially as you kind of move it around and paint it as it starts to kind of push things along.
Okay, so then I'm going to move forward, like clearing a path as I go, so that hopefully if anyone wants to follow, they can. They can feel free and clear to do that. But then still, once I get there, pocket the cube, hide, flintlock pistol.
Well, okay. Your last raise would be to move forward clearing it. Okay. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to let you... I mean, you can pull your pistol out while you do that. That's fair.
Okay, great. I'll do that then.
But no hiding.
No hiding.
No hiding. Right. Milton, you're ready, right?
Well, yes. But
I gotta go.
But we still have one more raise from Santiago, but you've used all your raises.
Right. Have I noticed that the smoke's now clearing though?
You do absolutely see Nicole waving that thing like a wand, clearing smoke up like she's erasing a bunch of lines in a bad Photoshop painting. You know? But Santiago...
Blur.
Blur.
So the last thing I did with my 3 raises that I had, I spent 2 to hold my breath and run out of the way.
Yes.
So Alejandro is running up the stairs of the cellar with the smoke is coming up behind me, still in that. And he's going to run and duck in a sort of a diagonal way to jump out of the cellar door so that the smoke comes out and keeps shooting straight out. And I jump out of the way, and then I'm going to just land gracefully or not gracefully, doesn't matter. I roll, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to use my last raise to, like Milton, get up, prepare myself, kind of turn around, prepare myself, and I'll say to Milton, Stella and Nicole did not make it. They did not make it. I don't know. I didn't see what happened. They may be dead. They may be alive. I don't know.
What a drama queen.
That is what happened. She threw her dress up to show everybody her panties, and then I don't know what happened.
The sole reason for that maneuver was to show everybody her pants.
I don't know. There was smoke. I don't know, Milton. Stay back. Stay back.
So as the smoke poofs and starts to fill into the night sky, you see it is a very dismal dark green. As it continues to kind of come up, and Stella and Nicole, you watch as several men start to run around the corner at the very end of the hall, and you can see they seem to be in long robes with white featureless masks with hoods taken over the masks. As they come around the corner, they see you, and you watch as they draw long rapiers as well as pull flintlock pistols from both of their sides.
Oh my god.
And they start to edgingly walk towards you with their pistols raised. Now we have a full action sequence right here.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
So.
Okay, wait. Okay, so we were going to disrupt this meeting to see what these guys are about. You said these guys are bad, right?
Yeah.
The Inquisitors, these are bad dudes.
Oh, they are taking over the church at every level from my home country, and they are they're awful. They're awful.
But they are part of the Vaticine, or they claim to be.
Technically, but they're taking over the church and using it absolutely to hunt people down. It's awful.
They are vicious power mongers inside of the church, and they are definitely there's a lot of things.
Yeah, just to sum it up, this group of people only care about power. They don't actually care about the institution that they've been appointed that power to. I wish there was some sort of thing we could all relate to in the real world, but I don't know. It's just so out there that these people would rise to power and only care about that, and they don't care about people.
It's a thing.
I know it's difficult. Try to put your mind there. It's difficult to do.
It's hard to compare it.
It's hard to compare
really hard.
But Stella and Nicole, you will be here. This is kind of where you're at the moment.
Okay.
And you do see these two men. They're walking side by side in this 5-foot space, walking down the aisles towards you.
But we do have racks of wine.
Racks of wine, but this is a barred grate that with a lock that leads into like a private part of the cellar.
But the one on that side isn't.
But this side has racks leading all the way down this way, and then it comes around this way for you to come along sides, presumably. But you do have a rack and a rack. You are like in a tunnel of racks right now, with bottles coming down and two men.
So it's not like I can duck in. They aren't in aisles.
No, you would have to you would have to get up here, or
see.
you would have to. There is a chance you could climb through the space at the back, in between one of the racks, leading into the back.
How much? Like, could I climb up? Is there space
Yes.
in between the ceiling?
Absolutely. In fact, this is a high ceiling cellar.
Okay.
You've got about 6 feet of rack and about 2 space of open ceiling if you want to climb these rack walls.
I think that's what I have to do.
All right. But now we're deciding our new approaches.
Okay, new approach. Okay.
Yes, it's time to make our approach, and we've got Milton and Santiago, Milton and Alejandro outside.
Question: has the smoke dissipated?
The most smoke is continuing to dissipate. There is a small cloud.
Okay.
I wouldn't even call it a cloud, like a mist.
But it's something that one could kind of
So
do
we can
this with
re-enter
their
now.
If you wish.
head in.
And we can only see 2 guys, right?
At the moment. But, yes, you can only see 2 at the moment.
And they can just see the two of us.
They just see primarily you, Stella,
Primarily me.
holding your skirt in one hand and a bottle in the other.
Great.
I want to turn to Milton and say, Milton, we must leave Fadeless here. We have to go and help Nicole and Miss Montecorsit. It is up to us to help her. I don't know what happened.
I have an idea.
What is your idea, Milton?
So what Milton does is see now. This was his plan when the smoke was still coming. So there's still some smoke. So I'm gonna do what Milton was going to do.
Is go back in there with.
No.
Oh.
Standing where he is.
Yes.
Because remember, Milton feels at one with nature
Yes.
and the old god, so he feels more powerful outside. So Milton is going to hold his staff up and shout, "Ancient gods of the storms and skies, protect us!" And then sort of center that channel, that vibe towards the opening and down.
So you're burning your magic for this?
Yeah.
For this session, we'll say?
Yeah.
Actually, there'll be a hero point. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because then you still have you earned the hero point up to this point?
I have one as far as I know, as far as I have written down.
Okay. So that you'll use your last hero point to do this. And you basically invoking magic is as magic does with the old gods.
Right.
But that's still, you still get to have an approach. You still, I mean, that's something that you want to do, but that's still, that you would basically use a hero point in order to do that anyway, but that doesn't negate the fact that you are allowed to have an approach with raises in which to spend this part of the action sequence in. So,
okay. So what would that be?
it depends. If you are wanting to stand your ground here and invoke magic is as magic does, then, for this moment, we can wait to see, because you're spending your hero point right now. Let's wait to see.
Yeah,
what
that was my
everyone else's
idea, was
approach is.
to try to, the motive behind it was to not only clear the smoke out, but try to protect the people inside. Because at this point, he's telling me he doesn't know if they're alive or dead.
That's true. I didn't see.
And,
That's fair. So then maybe
the explosion, everything else. So
Yeah.
I feel like he would be right at the entrance, trying to sort of
calling the winds, as they would say. Good. Well, let us. My tarot deck's outside.
I think now's a good time to go to Waynesboro, don't you guys?
Yeah, right now.
You wanted us for so long. We didn't listen.
So, you know what? Let's do this as a reactionary. Since you're spending a hero point on it, it's a big deal to spend a hero point. Let's play that out. So,
Yay.
Milton, how are you invoking the gods, and tell us your will?
His will, hopefully, is that the idea is what he's hoping for and trying to channel is for a sentient gust of wind to flow down underneath into the chamber, simultaneously protecting our 2 heroines, but also either knocking out or inhibiting or hindering in some way the enemies.
Great. So I hear the intent. Now speak the words. Tell me how you wish to invoke the old gods. Not in the way that you're hoping to be done, but what would you like to say to them up in the skies?
Gods of the storms and skies, Long have I worshipped you. Long have I done your bidding. Use me as a channel to take your will and protect my people.
Right, you watch as a giant kind of storm cloud start to crackle and sizzle as you can feel humidity start to perm around you, and a flash of lightning cracks across the side of the sky as you start to feel a large gust of wind right by the side of your body, and then as if, something was intervening, a gush from the other side comes across you again as you feel as this crisscrossing wind starts to make the trees shatter and shake and bend back and forth as you feel a cyclone, not quite as, far more intense than what was generated through the tiny cube, just kind of the pinpoint of a tiny, tiny dust devil pins down on top of you, Milton, as it bends into the side of the cellar and pulls smoke out from the side. And you, Stella and Nicole, feel as a large gust of wind bursts right by you, lifting your skirt, doing more terribly obscene things with it as it moves around you in a Marilyn Monroe fashion. And you see the two men who, readying their swords and pistols, were still approaching you in a very menacing format, are pushed by a gust as they stagger back 5 or 10 feet and clack against bottles as they go against a rack on the back of the hallway. And, Milton, you start to feel it to begin to rain.
Was there a storm brewing at all tonight in the weather outside?
It was cloudy. But
Right,
now...
My character looks over at Milton and goes, "Ay, madre de Dios." I'm like skeptical, but I'm like, something just happened maybe? Cool.
Right. There is rain. And it's starting to be a trickle down, but it goes from trickle to raindrops to torrent very quickly.
Wow.
All right. So, approaches. That was the reactionary effort of Milton.
Wow,
amazing.
wow.
And there's definitely no more smoke.
Cool.
Stella?
So in this, remember how you're like, every time you do something different, you get an extra die? So I did, my first one was finesse and athletics. So if I do something different, I get another die.
Different approach.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
particularly skills.
Yes, skills specifically. Okay, so what I think I would want to do is take advantage of whatever the fuck just happened, and I'm going to intimidate them, intimidate them into thinking that not only did I walked into their top, but maybe you walked into mine.
Okay, so your approach is a little bit of, is it finesse and intimidation?
Panache.
Panache. I think that's fair. Panache intimidation sound like a good approach. So you're purely doing something in order to scare them out of their position and place.
Yeah, knock them off their guard. Maybe
knock them
not
off their guard.
Not so much that they're the ones in control.
Right. Nicole?
Okay,
you're the ones
I am going to show no fear and walk toward them with my flintlock pistol pointed straight at them, and I'm a linguist and university, so I speak, read, and write all languages. So in their language, I would like to say, influence them that maybe we are not at cross purposes and that we're more powerful than they are and they should listen the fuck up. So my approach, to get myself in position to do that.
All right, so you want to go...
we are basically doing the same thing, so
yeah.
I open my arm.
I
open my arm up.
Yeah, well, I'm like, are we gonna try to take these dudes? I mean, we could, but I feel like it's better to have that be the backup.
So would
plan.
you like a similar panache and intimidate? approach?
I was going to go for wits and notice to see how they're reacting and read their reactions and play things
So you
appropriately.
would more like to just observe and interject as necessary.
Yes.
With-
Let Stella do the primary talking, but if they're doubting her at all, like observe how they're reacting to her, and the second that they're starting to look like they're doubting her, I want to come in their own language and reassure them.
Okay, great. Roll it up. And now we have Santiago. Alejandro.
Alejandro, since this is a new thing we're trying to do, Sergey.
That next character. Next character's got to be Sergey.
What's the next one? So we're gonna be in Russia? I'll do it. No, I'll do it.
If we do Iron Kingdoms, that'd be hilarious. You could be Kador.
Do you have to re-roll everything?
Do you have to re-roll?
You roll whatever fell on the floor. You get to roll. So, but Alejandro, so are you rushing in to save the day?
Sword drawn.
Yeah.
Because it was already drawn because I tried to cut the wick.
Right.
So I have it in my hand. I'm prepped, and I just saw the thing with Milton and just did this thing. Whatever hand is respectful. I don't know which one and what order I'm supposed to go in or whatever. But I've got my sword, and I want to rush back in there.
Right.
But like with Milton.
With Milton, so you're all kind of clambering down the stairs together.
Clambering.
It is not a wide stair. About 5 feet width. You know, so just
But the two of us could make it down.
2 abreast.
But I'll go ahead of Milton
Okay, so ahead of
because he's my friend and he is an older gentleman.
I think right hand is Roman Catholic and the other one is Greek Orthodox.
Oh, cool.
Well, here's the beautiful thing. This is Vaticine, so you can tell me what you would like.
It's both hands. You're supposed to go like this. That's the way you do it.
Perfect.
I think we all know what Vaticine takes from, and that's perfect. So,
What does Austin Powers say? Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
yeah.
That's a very British thing. It's a very British thing to say.
So it looks like you're both 2 and 2 abreast. So you're coming in. Is there anything else you would like to? Because that's your
trying to do as many boob puns as possible tonight? I mean, that's like your 8th one.
So many.
Abreast.
We missed
I
missed one when you were like, there's
times.
So many
Yes, lots of jugs.
Oh, I missed all of them.
Booby traps.
I missed all of
I
them.
didn't say booby traps. You're the one that said
Ivan.
booby traps.
Ivan, you
Oh,
said booby
that's
traps
great.
in the beginning.
Stella started off the night showing her panties.
I mean, but
and
I wasn't. There was no innuendo there. Like I missed
Yeah.
actually all the puns so far.
That's pretty. I was gonna say I usually lean on you for the puns.
We're abreast or whatever, Ivan. Whatever you
I'm
say.
just like-
You're 2 and 2 abreast is
2
what
and 2
you is.
abreast. Sure.
Deal with it.
Nicole noticed all of them.
Yeah. You're like a you're like a Martian
order?
brothel right
What's
now.
the
is what
pecking order?
What is the pecking order?
Yeah.
What's the Oyster Festival?
What I would like to know, Alejandro, is that it's not difficult for you to get down there to meet with your team, and I will tell you that when you get down there, you do see these 2 men in red robes with white featureless porcelain masks, crashed up against the side of the wine racks, as a few stray bottles come and crash down.
Okay.
Is it still torrenting outside?
It's pouring.
Okay. Can I have Milton do one separate thing?
Absolutely.
I feel like Milton would want to still protect Fateless's body.
Oh, yes.
So I want to put Fateless's body inside the oyster so that at least he's dry.
Let's make a presumption to get you into place that you at least got him under some tree cover, which isn't too terribly far away from where you would be anyway, since there's a lot of, or maybe even a pleasant gazebo that is outside of the plantation area.
I just,
Fateless is
I don't
fine.
want to leave him in a torrent.
No, that's fair.
Of course, that would be fun next week. You wake up and you're soggy. And
you'll still be soggy.
It
You just won't have
Soggy,
pneumonia.
totally hungover from whatever was in that dark.
Yep. He'll be fine. So we can have you still down there accomplishing that.
Not trying.
But you can. Having you both be down there, I'm still interested in hearing your approach because what's going to happen now? You're going to have to spend raises to react to what's happening next.
Right.
So, getting down there isn't an issue now that you see the 2 men crashed up against the side of the wall with bottles laid down. How would you like to approach it? You have a small brute squad, is what you have.
I mean, it's a pretty straightforward approach. I'm just running up. The difference is that instead of doing athletics like I was before, I guess I'm using weaponry because I've got Well, I'm not attacking anything yet, but I do have a sword out. But it's just a rush. It's just rushing up to the guys with the masks and to Stella and Nicole, who you're behind Stella. She's got her dress up, and we see them.
She no longer has her dress
No?
up.
Oh. Why do I keep imagining
No, I'm
that?
not like, excuse me, were you looking for this?
No, you've got what? You've got your.
No, I have a bottle out, and my dress. What?
You're holding a dress and a bottle, right?
I mean, but the dress isn't like revealing anything anymore.
Right.
Okay.
Like that
It's
was
just
used
holding
as
it
a
up.
shield. and
But
I
you
think
have
at
it in
this
your
point-
hand so that you can like run, because you're hiking it up a little bit so that you've got more mobility.
Yes.
And I'm standing
Yes.
behind her with a pistol out, pointed straight
Okay,
at
cool.
them.
So I guess we just my approach is I just want to run up with them to kind of get behind them and cover the perimeter.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Got your back, bro.
Firearms. I'm
Have
just
you
gonna
ever
do-
worn those dresses like from
All the time.
from that time period?
Oh
Like,
yeah, they're so fun.
They're fun. They are difficult to walk in.
Oh, yeah.
And, like it is like wait, how
It's
did
you're
they do
reminding
all
me of
Yeah.
that scene from like the Wonder Woman trailer that just came out, where she's hiking it up and she's like, "How do women fight in these?" And she's like, trying to kick and like bend down and move and stuff.
that? Yeah.
And it's just like, "Oh, women don't."
Awesome. So
Gal.
let's make some choices about your raises. So you're coming up with weaponry and finesse. You're not doing anything yet. I will roll my brute squads. Actually, I'm not rolling my brute squads raises. They're going to be doing what they do, and they get to go first. Brute squad always gets to go first.
Fine.
All right. So as these two
I'm on
men,
the Brute Squad. I'm on the Brute Squad.
I'm
You
on
on
the
the
Brute
Brute
Squad.
Squad.
So you watch as these two men clatter back and push themselves off. They haven't said a word at this point. They still stare at you with these glistening, shimmering masks that seem to have no face but simple eye slits as they walk towards you with robes, and as they pull pistols and they fire into the side of the hallway. And you watch as one just explodes bottles right next to you, and the other one, Stella, you will take 2 wounds and a dramatic wound for taking a pistol shot.
What?
Yes.
What's the difference between a real wound and
A dramatic wound, you'll
It's the
see,
star, right?
is the star. All right?
But I'll
On
5
a death
wounds.
spiral. That's what it's freaking called. It's called a death spiral.
Now,
pretty intense.
since you have accumulated a dramatic wound, you will also now get +1 bonus die to any more risks that you do in the future.
Okay, I'm in.
In the world
Is
of
there
7th
an
Sea...
So
additional?
that means
is
an
there-
extra dice.
So you took 2 wounds, which would, I assume you took 4 beforehand?
I took 4 before.
So that will give you 2 wounds, will give you a dramatic wound.
It will. That's what I was
Yes.
gonna ask. Is like, does that?
The other ones, and then you're going to take another dramatic wound to that too.
So you have 2 dramatic wounds.
You'll have 2 dramatic wounds.
So wait. So do I? So now I don't get a bonus die. Or
You do.
You do.
I get a
You
bonus
do.
die, but
Plus
villains
But
But
also.
now
bonus-
villains get 2 bonus dies
Bonus
against you.
die.
Or just in general. Villains
In
get 2
general, they
bonus
get-
die.
Okay. All
Way to
right.
go, Amy.
Wait, in general or just against her?
Against her.
Okay.
Well then, can I re-roll? Because can I roll another die for my?
No. Well, you did your approach. And,
Okay, so for future.
For future
Yes.
stuff. Okay, great.
so you told your approach. So you were walking up ready to talk, but they pulled pistols, and you watch this as flintlock goes off, and you see several bullets again ricochet in there, and one of them you take right in the shoulder.
Ugh.
Well, God damn it.
Yeah. That was gonna be.
As
really
they continue to rush forward and stand in the threshold 5 feet away from you with both swords drawn, and you watch as both of them throw those pistols down, shots expended.
So do I still have to do my same approach?
You have your approach, but now you just have to spend raises, and if you're going to do something other than what your approach was, you have to spend an extra raise.
I'd like to give it a shot.
If you're going to go for it, I'm backing you up.
Okay, cool. I want to give that a shot. So I got 3 raises. I think my first raise. I think what I'll do is maintain my first raise. I'll spend to maintain a look as if that didn't affect me at all. So
like it didn't affect
I
you,
don't
just
cry
brushing it
out.
off.
I don't wince. I
Spend a raise to not
react.
at all from
Okay,
taking
okay.
a bullet shot in the shoulder.
Yes.
Spend a raise to be a total badass.
Yeah.
Spend a raise to be a badass.
I do. I mean, I'm a human. I'm not a robot, so it's not like It's like I turn it into.
You turn it into a thing. Turn it into a thing.
Very
Stella.
nice, boys. Very nice. Point blank shot, and you got my shoulder. Very funny. Very nice trap, by the way. I see that you have some poison gas. You're maybe, in fact, full of gas. What I'd like to propose is that perhaps I did step into your trap, but perhaps you stepped into mine as well. Welcome to my friends, aka my trap, you fucking inquisiting, vaticine, vermin,
Come on, throw him in there.
running machines.
You watch as both of them kind of turn their masks to look at each other, still saying nothing, as they go back into another low crouch with their swords. Not moving towards you, but staying where they are with both of their sabers out.
Okay. And then, do you want to hop in?
Yeah,
Okay.
I at this point, I got 4 raises. I would like to hop in and say in their language,
Which is Castilian, by the way.
which is Castilian.
That's my language.
I would not take what she says lightly. As I keep my pistol straight out. I'm not taking
Okay.
it off at all. I would not take what she says lightly.
You see one in a reactionary form without even... He just speaks Castilian to you rapidly through the side of the mask, and you can hear he's doing what he can to mask his voice, but he's not doing well about it. He speaks back to you. We would die for the church.
As would we. Now listen up.
You start to hear as more footfalls continue to come from another area.
I think we just have to kill them.
Well, we just did
People
magic to
crying.
them.
They still stand their ground, standing where they are, but you see that one get nudged in the side by the other one with an elbow as he continues, as he, the one who nudges, moves forward and flicks his saber in a testing manner for a moment. You know, basically flicks it towards you. As he
I
takes
don't
a
know
5-foot
if you
step
know
forward.
this, but the magic of the old gods is on our side. You might be in charge of this new Valicine religion, but guess what? If you're praying to your god, you might need to pray harder.
So you're still at your 3 raises at this point. You two have done.
I definitely spent one, though.
You definitely spent one, right? We're not going to have you do a spend for poking them.
Okay.
But I think you two, how many raises do both of you have? I'm assuming you're at.
I was at 1.
Well, I re-rolled because it was the new
The new
approach.
approach, right.
Right, I didn't re-roll. Yeah.
You need to make a decision about how you want to do this approach because you're seeing this stuff go down. And I don't want you to have to feel like you can reactionary start your approach on this. So, Milton, you've got to decide how you want to approach the situation right now.
Well, I mean, at this point, the spell's done, and so I'm walking down the stairs with Alejandro in more of a readying for combat capacity.
All right?
So
Ready
I
to
don't
go.
know what would you think.
So if you're readying for combat, or if you're just ready to go, it would just be either brawn or finesse or weaponry, depending on how you want what you want to use.
Right.
It's just ready to whack them
Probably
with your...
whack him with my staff.
And I would use some brawn plus weaponry. All right. And that will be your approach.
And my approach was running up, and I got 4.
Right, so you can
raises.
spend now.
Huh?
I mean, you're at 4, they're at 3, so you get to decide how you want to spend your raises.
I'm going to. Alejandro is going to spend a raise to. So again, paint the physicality of it out for me here, Ivan. So you got 2 guys in there, and they're up, and they're okay, and we're behind Stella and Nicole.
Right, so you're occupying, both of you are occupying a 5-foot space behind the girls.
Right.
And then you've got the 2 men who are occupying a 5-foot space in front of you with their swords
Drawn.
tips out.
Tips out.
Pistols expended as they throw behind them clattered.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I want to spend raises to essentially run up in between my lady friends, flick a sword up, stab a guy in the heart,
flick another sword up, stab a guy in the head, whatever it is to kill the guys.
Oh.
These guys over here talking to him like, we gotta talk to him. And I'm like, they're members of the Venezuelan Church of the Inquisition. They are pieces of shit. They must be killed immediately. You cannot reason with them. They're evil pieces of shit.
I sense a little bit of a background grudge going on here.
2 raises will knock them both out, and you can paint the picture for me.
Nice.
Kill them?
Yes.
Oh, done. I'll spend these 2 raises.
Wow.
Yeah. So I liked how you were going with it. Why don't you finish it off?
So
for
we
me?
got Stella, we got Nicole. You guys are there with your guns.
They're
drawn,
talking.
looking super cool. Like back to back, right? Like this.
Yeah,
Charlie's
definitely.
Angel
Definitely.
style.
Literally, like almost doing a cartwheel, like sliding in, like "Excuse me, ladies," like that, like right in, and you're looking over, like what? And I'm just like wink, and I do as I go flick cha, hya, cha, and I kill them both as they're like before they can like pull up their swords, like what with their masks, and I'm just like chit, chit. No questions asked, no talking, no banter.
Great.
Pieces of chit are down.
You watch as a small pool of blood erupts from the small puncture wound that his rapier generates as both of them clack down to their knees and fall face forward into the dirt on the side of the cellarway. As you watch as several being 3 to 5, start running along the side of it, and you see one has a large white sheet draped over him
It would.
as they basically bank around the corner, and you hear the sounds of more steel being drawn as and the clicks of pistols being drawn back as they fill into this corridor, and you watch as the 2 of the men are basically holding whoever it is underneath this sheet as they have pistols pointed towards you as they usher him along the side leading up into this side corridor right here. All right? So that was my Brute Squad's round. You continue to have raises. What do you do in this situation?
Who are they ushering?
Yeah.
They're ushering what seems to be some form, androgynous form that's been covered by a sheet, a white sheet.
But, okay, so how does that look? He's or he or she or whatever it is like he comes down the stairs and then
There's no stairs. It's coming from this edge of the.
From around the bend.
From
so
around
the guy
the bend.
came, or the thing came from around the bend, and now they're pushing the.
So imagine someone who has a sheet thrown over them, and 2 men who is hunched over, and 2 men guiding him by putting their hands on his back with pistols drawn at you as they are basically moving him along to this side corridor. In these 3 men, 2 of which almost take the place of their dead fallen comrades, but about 5 feet behind them as they draw swords and line up right in front of you again.
Now, the guy that has the sheet over him, is he walking himself or being carried?
He's walking himself.
Okay.
All right, swashbucklers.
Yeah, I'm just confused by the sheep guy. I don't know why I'm
buckled
confused.
my
by
So
the
he's
sheep guy.
he's got to be either some kind of magic wielder or he's something important.
Yeah.
That would be my
Fucker.
guess.
No,
Okay.
he's got a sheet over his head. That makes me feel like he's more of a prisoner.
You think he's a
Who
prisoner?
knows what he is, but he's definitely being covered.
Who knows? Ivan loves
So.
it.
Like they
That's
don't
true. I
want
didn't
us.
even think about the fact that he's a prisoner.
Like
Okay,
they don't
maybe
want
not
us to
shoot
know
him
who
first.
he is. Yeah, no, I wouldn't shoot him first.
Then okay, so 2
Maybe
more
I'd knock him over the
raises.
head with my staff. Knock him out.
I like it.
2 more raises. I'm gonna keep going in the same manner of talking. You see, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I don't know if it needs a raise, it probably does, but you see, we've unleashed the crazy man in our group. His name is, not Slayer Gate,
Alejandro.
yeah. His name is Alejandro, and my God, he has sworn his life against you, so you beware. This man is everything against you, and nothing to fear. You cannot fight a man who doesn't care about dying.
You watch as they continue to move forward and start exchanging steel as Santiago is fending off 2 men now with swords. As you are yelling into them.
I guess I'm just going to pretend like I'm controlling it all. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh mightily.
Okay.
Yes! Yes, everything is going as planned.
All right, great. How else? Because that's totally fine. I'm not even gonna give a raise for it. That's perfectly okay. You know.
I just want them to be scared of me.
How about you two? Because he's down at 2 raises.
Yes, sir.
So I still have 4, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I'll give 2 to doing that. I'll aid.
I was gonna say, how would you like to aid her in a dramatic way?
Or you're aiding Alejandro.
I'll aid Alejandro with that laughter because they might think he's a little bit crazier after that. And when I don't spend a hero point, but I just
You spend a raise in order to dramatically give him an advantage.
Okay.
And you get to tell me what that is.
Okay, maybe perhaps I think what happens is they are a little bit freaked out by that, and they falter long enough to look over in my crazy maniacal direction, and maybe one of them comes up. I think one of them gets knocked prone. One of the guys is like, "Oh, guys, look at that!" and taps his friend a little bit too hard, and maybe knocks the guy
hard
prone.
tapper.
He's a hard tapper. Whoa, guys, look at that crazy lady. Whoa, sorry. And the other guys,
All right. But now that you figured out what that is, why don't you get the whole thing out for me in a
Okay,
beautiful
yes, everything is going as planned. We have unleashed the beast, and that is Sundry. No, his name is Alejandro, and he has everything against the Vaticine Church. My minions dance before me.
And you watch as one of the men in front, he's kind of being shoved. I wouldn't say he's full prone, but he's like, what? Stop. So you have one guy, or maybe he's so wants to get in the position of where he is instead that he is. You've got one guy who doesn't have his full focus on you, which you could use as an advantage, and I will do this for you just to kind of help you with your situation a little bit. Is that on that you could spend a raise to flick his mask off with your sword.
Done.
All right.
Nice.
This is the guy who was covered with the sheet? Or
No,
it's
just
like
one of the men in the
faceless
front.
White masks. Yeah, okay.
One of the white masks in the front. Now that would be in addition to any raises you wanted to do to knock out the brute squad.
Okay.
So you would like to spend a raise on that, but that gets you spent a raise for him, leaving you with 1 left.
1 left, yes.
Which Milton, you have how many now?
With my new reroll, I have 1.
So you're at the very end here. Nicole still has 4. So what's Nicole doing?
Whoa.
Okay, so what I would like to try to do, if there's enough room, I know these 2 guys, or the 3 guys that Santiago's currently fighting, are occupying.
You don't
the
even
hallway.
have to ask. Tell me what you would like.
Okay, well then what I would like to do is very sneakily, and if I have to like get down an army crawl through the wine racks, I will. But I would like to get past them to the dead bodies of the first 2 guys that Santiago faced. And without being noticed, I would like to get through behind them and grab a mask and a robe.
So that will. Oh, I see. You want to go like this. You kind of want to go around through the. So
that is awesome.
Here is that's risky.
I mean,
Okay.
it is.
As they say, that is a risk.
I've got 4 of them.
So here's how I want you to spend it. 1 to climb underneath the racks.
Okay.
1 to grab the robes.
Okay.
And 1 for each person in this area who you would like to not see you.
Oh man.
That end. And the opportunity will be, there's an opportunity here to maybe pocket something or pull something from one of their pockets.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
If I know Nicole,
That's tempting.
So, but that does say
Jade.
3 consequences. 1 to get over there and 1 to take the stuff.
Yeah.
So actually, let's put it this way. It's actually just be 1 to get over there, 3 consequences and the opportunity.
Okay. So I guess what I want to do is I definitely want to get over there.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to take the mask and robe and put it on. And if that means that one of the dudes notices me, that's
One of the
fine.
dudes is going to notice
Well,
you.
what if I still have one race left? What if I create the other opportunity?
That's reactionary thinking, though. I need you to set her up for success.
Got it.
I can't have you give it to her after she's already had the thought process down.
I mean, I am laughing like a maniac.
Okay. All right, so one guy's gonna notice me. That's cool.
And what I will do, though, Amy, just because this is still a learning process for everybody, is I will buy that last raise from you and give you a hero point.
Oh, that's great.
And
Yay,
I will
thank you.
give myself a danger point
Oh, yeah, shit.
for that.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
Point.
But I will give you that hero point.
All right, thank you.
So yeah, so in all the commotion, Nicole, who's now behind both Alejandra and Stella right now.
Well, you would actually be in front because the bodies are right here in front of Santiago.
Well, after I've crawled, but I'm just like setting the stage. So I
Right.
start behind them, gun out, and kind of like pull my gun up and disappear behind them.
Yeah.
And then start to make my moves. But from what they can see, all they can see is the commotion in front of them, with Stella being crazy and Alejandro currently fighting them steel to steel. So they just lose track of me, is the way that it goes, as I army crawl under the wine bottles, thinking to myself that this is probably some exquisite wine and it's sad that it's going to waste.
Yeah.
Get to the other side, and as I go through, I pass two of the guys just fine, but my elbow kind of hits the other guy's, the last guy's shoe.
Oh,
on
yeah.
my way through.
Right, so you just knock his shoe a little bit.
Yeah,
and
I
he looks down.
hit his shoe a little bit as I go through and swipe the mask in the robe, and in one kind of very easy motion, get them both on and stand up so I'm behind them.
Okay, there's no way to really get behind them. You will be on the racks still on the other side.
Okay.
Is how I view it, because there's just
Okay.
no room
Okay.
in this 5-foot aisle.
Okay.
But grabbing the robe and the stuff seems easy enough that you could pull them on, don them in on the other side of this racks, and then do with it as you will.
Okay.
But you do knock a man's shoe as he sees a scurrying Nicole try to push herself back under the racks as she's trying to get to this side.
Okay.
You know.
Yep.
And he will definitely for this time he will definitely make an effort to go after you. Now, and that's all your raises. So
That's
who
it.
has
I'm
raises
spent.
left?
Milton does.
Milton does.
I kind of did a Milton thing.
You did. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Maybe you were inspired by his crazy ways.
I think I was inspired.
But Milton now is just going to be pragmatic, and where is the closest guy that he can whack with his staff?
Well, you've got a Santiago. You've got an Alejandro who is fending off two. He's basically dueling with two men, basically exchanging blows.
I mean, do I have room to just get in there and just...
Nice move.
absolutely.
Great. So Milton kind of sneaks in on the side and says, "If you're going to..." Oh, you okay over there?
What happened?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Drop my sword.
He dropped his sword.
Wow.
I mean, it was so intense.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Milton.
Yeah. So Milton kind of gets in there on the side, and on the side of Alejandro, and one of the guys he's fighting, and goes, "If you're going to pray, you have to kneel."
Ooh, I like it. I like it, sir.
So you reduce the strength of this brute squad with 1 by spending a raise, knocking a dude out,
Okay, cool.
making a pile
Yes.
a little bit. As we continue to move forward, this brute squad is still turning its attention to Alejandro, so they move forward. They are going to fire their pistols and continue to do their guns. So you are, Alejandro, going to take 2 wounds and a dramatic wound.
Now, does the dramatic wound include one of the 2 wounds, or in addition to?
You will do the 2 regular wounds first, and then
Okay.
you will take a dramatic wound.
Boom.
Can I ask a sort of practical game mechanics
Yes.
question? Okay, so the way this death spiral works is if you had 2 regular wounds and a dramatic wound, what happens to the other 2 to get to that dramatic wound?
They will just still be regular wounds. Because the point is
So
regular
you can
wounds...
still take them?
You could still take them. It's not like you will now take wounds after that dramatic wound. You still have to fill that space up.
Got it.
But the thing is, filling those space ups usually only is in the byproduct of creating a dramatic wound. Guns get right to the point. They just give you a
Got it.
dramatic wound.
Okay.
All right?
Oh.
So I'm going to describe this dramatic wound for you. Alejandro.
I'm ready for it.
You are exchanging. You are taking your rapier and you are blocking 2 steel as you watch as Milton comes in and clacks one with his shillelagh-looking staff on top of his head as he crumbles down to the grasp, and you manage to swirl a single sword up, but the man who was right behind him comes in with a pistol and fires at you, immediately hitting you in the gut.
Oh, right in the
as
gut.
another man slashes you down with another side of his sword as you watch these 2 continue to move forward up the stairs. And you basically take a slash and a bullet as you continue to swing with your sword and hold the space forward as he throws his pistol down and also draws his sword as well.
I have dealt with much worse. Today is not the day that I will die, my friends.
Shh. No words, only steel.
What do we say to death, Hector?
Fuck you, Death.
Oh, great.
Right, you don't watch
So now we get to make...
That's what.
I forgot Hector doesn't watch Game of Thrones.
Oh.
What is this game of what? I don't know what you're talking about, but to Death I can say, fuck you, Death.
That works
That's
too.
not bad. That works
really
fine.
Yeah, that works just fine.
So normally, since this action sequence is still going on, we would decide if an action sequence is still necessary, and I say it is.
Okay.
All right. It is still action-packed at the moment, which
You're the
means
master.
we have the opportunity to do some new approaches.
Okay.
All right?
Cool.
My brute squad already went. All right? These guys are away from the scene as far as what you can see at the moment. So, which means new approaches. For you, how would you like to approach this situation, swashbucklers? Members of La Lupa.
I want.
That's your ship, if you don't recall.
Yes,
So,
that's right.
Crew of the La Lupa.
I know.
Lupas.
My approach is going to be to try to weasel my way behind them, and instead of using my pistol, grab my dagger from my boot.
Okay, so you want to come around these wine racks.
Yeah,
So-
I'm going for the sneak attack. Like, hey, buddies, I'm with you. Cha-ching!
All right, then how would I think that's a finesse. Finesse plus weaponry
Finesse plus weaponry?
sounds
Okay.
like that. And if you haven't done that yet, you can get a bonus die, of
I'm
course.
not.
How is Milton, Stella, and Alejandro looking?
Milton's still brawling,
All right, so roll that same one up.
but I can't. This time I don't add the other die, right?
You don't get the bonus die because you're doing the same approach.
Got it.
You're not dramatically elaborating to make things different. You're going with the same approach.
Okay.
Or it's probably the easiest way to say is you're going with the same approach.
Fair enough.
Can I get a mechanics clarification as well?
Yeah.
When it says rank 4 is sets of 15 is 2 raises, is that rank 4 only in skills or in traits as well?
It's just your total raises when you roll. So if you're using that skill, it's just your entire roll.
Right, but I mean it says rank 3, rank 4, rank 5.
Right.
Is that just your rank in the skills or is that your rank
If
in
any
the
of your,
traits?
it's just in skills.
It's
not
just in skills.
Not in traits.
Got it. Okay, perfect. That was my question. Thank you.
Okay.
Got real powerful
I
traits.
think I'm gonna get involved. I think it's time, and so I will cutlass. I will cutlass them.
You're going to draw your sword.
Yes, my crazy Milton performance was very fun,
Milton.
but it must go.
All right, so is that
I
gonna
am no
be
Milton.
some brawn and weaponry then for you?
Yes.
Let's do some brawn and weaponry for Stella. Same approach, Alejandro, or something different?
So, to clarify, a guy got tapped on the shoulder and he got knocked unconscious? Is that what happened?
No, there was a gentleman who was distracted, preventing a little more.
Oh, right, that I took advantage of. I was
yes.
going to stab him in the shoulder to then just explode him or something. I don't know. But that's not what happened. So, my character is going to use some straight up brawn, which is strength.
Yep.
Because I'm in the middle of a fight right now.
Right.
Oh no! This is probably resolve because I'm like using my endurance, right? 'Cause
Well,
I'm
instead
taking
of
a hit.
telling me the straight traits and skills, if you tell me your approach, I will
And then
tell
tell me.
the trait
Okay,
and
great.
skills. Yes.
I'm hurt real bad. I
Yeah.
want to keep fighting real hard and kill these guys.
All right.
Great.
You're hurt real bad, but you want to kill them. I'm assuming you want to kill them with your amazing sword.
Yes.
Do you just want to literally stabby stab, or do you want to take advantage of the environment, or would you
I
like
love
to?
it.
How would you like to go about the killing of the stabby stabs?
Okay, apparently I got a flintlock gun as well.
Yeah.
So can
There's
I put
lots
one
of
of
ways
these?
to kill dudes.
Can I put one of these? Poof. Poof.
Yeah, finesse and weaponry, and
a
then you can fire
sword
your
gun,
pistol.
like a Final Fantasy character. I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Finesse and weaponry.
Finesse and weaponry.
Sounds good to me.
And if you want to use one of your pistols, it will automatically inflict a dramatic
Yeah,
wound.
dude.
So.
That's what they're there for. Take them.
Got it. Here we go. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna re-roll one of these, and it'll be this one.
Because your skill?
Yeah, because
Yep.
my skill is weaponry. 'Cause I'm good with
Great.
My sword. Oh no!
Did everyone else
this
roll
is
the
so
raises?
Crappy.
I changed my mind. I don't want a cutlass. I want to jump on them. I want to climb up to the top of the things and jump down.
So you
on
want
them.
to climb up and jump.
Yeah,
On the guy who's 5 feet in front of you, want to climb up and then jump on top of him.
because I'm better at that. I have at a
All right, well, it's something
He looks
dramatic.
yes, it is dramatic.
It's something dramatic and
1
amusing.
minute.
So, so a little finesse and athletics then.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I got 2 raises. That's it.
You got 2 raises?
That's it.
I got 3.
It was a suck butt roll.
All right, suck butt. Let's get the rest of our
There's a whole
raises out
chapter
here.
on suck butt
I
rolls
know,
in
dude.
there. Yeah, for sure.
It's right
yeah.
here.
You
But
could
what if
also,
I want to? Nope, suck butt.
and instead of taking those 2 raises, you could have just said, "I fail," and I would have given you a hero point as well too. Remember, that's
Yeah,
always an option
I
too.
still have a hero
Oh, to
point,
just
right?
fail everything
From this
right?
session?
No, you don't get hero points from sessions. You get hero
Oh.
points just period.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't fail.
Yeah.
No, I have a secret
No, you
that I
can't.
haven't revealed to the group yet.
Got it.
There's a specific reason I cannot fail.
I understand.
Okay.
I want to know.
It has
I
do
want
with
to
oysters.
know.
It has to do with
love
oysters.
3. So how? So what are we looking at? Raises 3, 1.
Yeah. Can I now? Can
Yeah.
I use a Benny to get
Get a
another
raise.
raise?
Yeah, you can use a Benny for a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
makes
Benny!
Are we getting notifications on that?
I haven't heard yet. I haven't heard the sound of the seagull go caw caw caw.
Okay, and that was set up this week.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Benny.
You got 2 raises.
So now I have 2.
Nice, guys.
Nice.
Great.
How about that for athletics?
So great. So 2 raises,
Coordination? I couldn't have done it.
and then you have most though, Nicole.
Yeah? Wow.
You
I
have
got
3.
the most with 3.
Yep.
We're so
I have
pathetic.
3.
Oh,
And you have 3. So
Oh,
still you
good.
could pick yours as well too. Do you want us both spend a raise to drop these 2?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Tell me how you do it.
You go first.
Okay, so for mine, I am going to skirt around. So I'm like coming from around the bend like I'm there to help them.
Right.
But I'd particularly like to target the guy that I bumped with my elbow
Okay.
because I feel like he's going to be the most suspicious.
Yeah.
So I'm coming around from the back, and as I get there, I'm going to, as I get to him, I'm going to say in Castilian, I told you to listen to her as I, real quick.
Just gut him. Just kidney, take him out, and he is down.
Boom.
So.
Man down.
As he slides down, body to the floor.
Now, what was his height like in ratio to mine?
He's taller than you.
Okay, but
If
like,
you're talking, if your character's as tall as you, then he's taller than you.
my character's a little bit taller.
A little bit taller.
Yeah.
Okay. He is average height.
Okay, so then I'm gonna, my reaction after doing that is going to be in the robe and mask to try to like have the other 2 guys think I'm him.
That you'd have to spend a raise to definitely, and that'd actually be 2 raises because that's not per of your approach.
Okay, then never mind.
That's fine if that's something you want to do.
No, it's not that necessary. I think these guys are gonna be dead
Still
soon.
up.
Okay.
Still up.
So I draw my cutlass, but I still maintain my very intense maniacal persona, and I say, I am the best one, and I and I climb up the wine casks. And I reach the top, and as I do, I say, "Catch me!" But I jump off, and the spiked not even my cutlass, the spiked heel of my boot, my
She's
booty
so crazy.
is
Down.
yeah, it just stabs him right here, and it
that's
connects down to his
So
heart.
heals, death by heals,
Yes.
is what it is. So you take him
That
down.
person
He is
got
he is
healed.
down, whether he's dead or not. Unimportant at the
That's
moment.
my stiletto.
Oh.
Oh, wow, wow.
I was sitting right there.
My character threw up because he heard that. Not because of how much pain he's in. He just went, I just threw up in my mouth.
So with those 2 raises, the brute squad in front of you is lined out. So you still have now 2, 2, 1, and...
No, 2.
2, 2, 2, and 1.
Mm-hmm.
What? 2, 2, 2, 2, that's because you spent a penny for it. Raises, what are we doing?
When you said they're lined out, what do you mean?
They're on the floor. They're all KO'd at the moment.
Where's the one with the sheet?
He already went up the stairs. So you guys look to the right. I explained this when the brute squad was officially going. There's a right hallway here that led up to another flight of stairs.
Okay.
And they have already went through that aisle, and you can watch them as they are continuing to run up the stairs at the moment.
That cloaked figure. No way.
Go after Sheet Boy!
I'm a little busy at the moment.
Talk about a piece of sheep.
I've always wanted to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's your approaches. I mean, it's your raises. Spend them. What do you want to do?
Right.
I'm gonna dart after the hall. I'm gonna dart down the hallway dressed as one of the guys.
So the guys are all knocked unconscious. They're on the ground.
Yes.
How many people were with the sheet guy?
3.
Okay.
2 of them with pistols drawn.
And they all
bolted up that stair.
Do these guys have guns? Can I pilfer a gun off one of them?
Yeah, they did. Unfortunately, the 2 that did already shot them. They're in your shoulders now, respectively. They're single-shot flintlocks.
You pull one out.
You know.
Okay.
Masks and robes.
Oh, that was a good idea. I don't remember when that happened. Sure, yeah, I like that idea. Mask and robes it is. Also, when Hector flicked off the mask, did we notice anything about the man?
It's just some Castilian guy.
It is some Castilian guy, not a townsfolk.
Oh, okay, wow.
It's very distinctly a Castilian.
You could tell he was Castilian because he was so flippin' handsome that
shit.
we all, like, in the midst of battle,
Here we go.
Look at that guy.
Is
Yeah, Castilian dude.
We have that effect.
He is an unfamiliar man, but you do see that there is a distinct brand on him.
Brand?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
It's on his neck.
On his neck.
What kind of neck? Or what kind of brand?
What kind of neck is it?
The giraffe neck. What?
It specifically has the brand BDNY on it.
BT.
BTNY.
What's BDNY?
We don't know, but remember.
BDNY, the Badger kids that chased us on the skateboard and like all through. BDNY, the people coming to get us.
Bonacare in New York. Bonadare in New York.
Yeah, Bonadare, New York.
Bonadare in New York.
This is an alpha thing.
Yeah.
It's so confusing because I thought alpha for a moment. Like
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah.
It's an alpha.
Alpha, like our alpha
Yeah.
characters in
Yes.
ForeverVerse.
I know.
It's Bonky Dong, New York.
Bonky Dong.
Yeah,
Bonky
that was the
Dong.
original translation.
Bonky Dong.
But the
It
man
actually
whose
wasn't Bonky
mask
Dong, it
was
was
flipped
Bonky.
off very distinctly has that tattoo.
That is
branded on it.
a bad person.
When Jimmy was like, the bad people are coming, they were BDNY.
Yeah.
BDNY are the
Of
bad
course
people.
they would be the Inquisition because nobody expects the Inquisition. Well played, Ivan. Well played. Are you sure those weren't coconuts earlier? Are you sure?
No, they were not coconuts. They
We
probably
look out for a giant foot.
they're more like pomegranates. You know.
I want to spend both of my raises to kill the people that are unconscious, stab them in the head.
Yeah. Finish them off.
Jesus.
Oh,
Hey.
dude. You don't even know what my character's been through.
But
Stab them in the head.
pull their outfits off before you stab
yeah,
them.
totally.
Faux show.
If they have a mask on like this, it's like this is open, like stab them in the
Stab.
head
Right.
here,
Got
and
it.
then take the mask off, or do the mask off and the clothes off beforehand. Either way.
Would that fulfill I'm trying to remember if that would fulfill one of your hubrises or not.
My hubris is hot-headed.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
wow.
receive a hero point when I fly off the handle or I cause trouble.
I think that this would
Yeah, that is-
warrant that.
Oh, because
So
earlier I did that when I killed those guys.
Yeah.
Hero
Nice.
point.
So hero point for
Right.
that hubris.
Thank you. I
Nice.
have one hero point. I will write that down somewhere.
So yes, you have you absolutely can spend those last 2 raises to finish off those men in the front. You will
And then
spend
take their clothes off
right.
and then do stuff to them.
Nicole, if you want to spend 1 raise to kind of run after them, you absolutely can get up to. You won't be able to catch up with them,
Right.
but you are definitely on their heels.
Great.
So, and then for you who still have 2 left. For thys who, though, have 2 left.
I'd like to put on a costume.
So a raise for that.
And, but they still have a gun, right? But even if it's
They have a
single
gun,
shot?
there's just no shot in it because it's flintlock. You have to stock it, you have to load it. You have to-
Okay,
you
well,
have
I want to
pound
take it and run after Nicole.
So second raise to go after Nicole. All right.
Yes.
So you will also run after.
Milton will do the same thing. Grab an outfit, throw it on.
All of you
Go
are
down
running
the
out.
hall.
So you'll be a little bit behind Nicole at the moment, Santiago. Alone.
Just because I want to go.
You're unconscious and now you're dead. Now you're dead. Now you're dead. Now you're dead.
And he'll
You
start.
tell him.
That is-
You're not gonna wake
You're having a
up.
lot of fun with that.
You'll start limping up there with your dramatic wounds as you continue to stumble behind. All right, now here's how this is going to go. Nicole, you being the first up the stairs, you walk up the not stone but wooden stairs leading up to a doorway that is single, not double, the way that the cellar doors was, but a single door opens up into a kitchen area. Or an anteroom, basically, like a prep area inside of a kitchen. As you can see, the doors in front of you are continued to be open. As you see, the 3 men plus the covered sheet gentlemen continue to move through doorway after doorway, as now you are inside the abandoned plantation house. And there is a prep room in front of you, and there's the kitchen in front of you. And they are definitely on the other side of the kitchen, leading out into the main room, dining area, presumably.
Okay.
So this is still a very dramatic moment. This is still an action sequence. This is a chase now. So there's new approaches that you may bring to the table, as well as the fact that since everyone's kind of a raise behind you, I'm going to, if you want to all wait and act with them, I'm going to, oh, well, shit, you know, you guys are supposed to be having -1 raises from all your itchy skin times as well, too.
Oh, so there goes my last raise.
Except for me.
Right, I'll put that into effect except for Milton. So at this point, let's do new approaches. I'll have you all stay together for the purposes of story, but Nicole, you'll have a little bit of a lead on them. You're 1 raise ahead of them, of your friends. So
Okay.
for them to get up to speed with you, they have to spend a raise to get up close to you. You do not have to spend said raise.
Okay.
But you are still -1 from itchy skin.
Okay. Okay.
What was your approach?
My approach is to make them think that I'm their comrades from before, who have just won the battle against the intruders, now coming to join up to continue the mission.
And is there... So would you like to, in that circumstances then, so that's risky. That's the best way of saying this. That's risky.
Yes.
So your approach would be panache plus
Convince?
convince. Yeah, panache plus convince. That'll give you a bonus die.
Nice.
Panache plus convince. Okay.
2 raises to get up with them because you're a raise away from them at the moment and your friends are a raise behind you. So
Okay.
2 raises to get up to them, 1 raise to convince them that you are friendly. All right, and so it's that's the consequence is that they are not convinced.
Right.
So 2 to get up there, 1 to convince them. That's the consequence that they don't recognize you even with the disguise.
Right.
And the opportunity because you have the costume on. I know what you wanted, and I will say it. You get to peek under that robe.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Cool.
So
Yeah, real good.
So, but you guys all have approaches as well too. All right, because you can do.
How many people are we dealing with now?
Dealing with 3,
Oh.
plus
4.
the man who is
Yeah.
covered.
Can
Man,
I-
woman, whatever.
Can I also activate my hubris because I get a hero point when investigating something unusual or dangerous?
This is very dangerous.
Yeah.
You peeking under something that you shouldn't be peeking under is probably very dangerous because they have 3 men who could shoot you point blank right now.
Yeah, I gotta know though.
All right.
Hero point.
Great.
What other rooms are there? So where are we? We're in the kitchen,
You're in a prep room
prep
leading
room.
into the kitchen.
and they're heading towards the kitchen, out of the prep room.
They are actually through the kitchen leading into the dining room at the moment.
Okay, so what I will do, So they're kind of out of the kitchen now, right?
Yeah, they're like leaving the entrance of the kitchen.
I'm going to use a hero point and use my come hither. And I'm basically going to do like rip my robe, like take off my mask that I have on, make eye contact with one of them, rip my robe, and give them a seductive glance and say, "Seems lonely under these robes."
Can you read me come here real quick? Because I don't know if this situation applies to it, but I just want to hear it real
I love
quick.
this is Ivan DMing in a nutshell as I'm watching Amy do this ridiculous thing, and when I look over, Ivan's already like, "Can you just
Spend a hero point to lure another character into another room and later leave said private room without him, removing him from the scene. He may be rescued after you're gone.
Should I mention that? Do we know what the rules are for inquisitors in the Castilian Church to fornicate? Is there a ruling against that?
That is the challenge. Is that not only are you in a heated situation of which they're trying to escape you,
But break all the rules of a religion.
but you're potentially breaking the rules of now whether or not they are willing to. If you were at a ball and you were trying to come hither like a member of the Inquisitor and no one was watching, I'd say
Okay.
that might work.
Okay.
But in a high-speed chase in which there are
I'll
three
change
men,
it. Then my approach will be different. What I will do then is something a little more epic. I get to the dining room and there's obviously a chandelier, so I leap up, do a flip, and land in front of them and block them from wherever else they're trying to go.
so that is wonderful. Except for you're in the they're kind of leaving the kitchen at the moment, and you need to get in through the kitchen. So what I will say is that if you want to get in front of them, if your approach is, I want to get as fast as I can to get in front of them.
Yes.
Right? That being what it is. Then I will say 2 raises. Actually, this would be 3 because you're 1 away and you need to get in front of them. 3 raises to get in front of them. And you can tell me how the best to do that. Maybe you take a side passage. Maybe you do something that's interesting that gets around them in a fun way.
Maybe in the kitchen there's also a chandelier.
Maybe. Chandelier.
There's a table that I can there are some beams. There are beams and that lead
into the next room.
Or I swing up, walk along the beams, and drop down.
Okay, so 3 raises to get in front of them.
That's cool.
All right?
Yeah.
And then the consequences is that you will seriously hurt yourself trying to do some of that. And so there's 2 potential wounds that you would have to negate with raises for consequences.
Okay.
Okay? One to get up there and one not to freaking hurt yourself on the way down. So that's your approach. I think you know what to do, finesse and athletics. How about Milton?
Can I reach the cloak or the cloaked figure
In 2 raises.
because I think it might be prudent if I actually tried to knock him out, not kill him, but just knock him out.
You just want to go after the robed figure.
That would stop, I think, the travel.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to try to go up there and approach them. So if you're running straight after them with 2 raises to try to run up with Nicole, because Nicole, it would actually be 3 raises for you still because you have to get in front in the same way that Stella has to.
Okay.
So because she only got 2 to get up there because she was a raise in front of you.
Right.
So
And
you
we have
still,
to keep in mind we're all -1 raise, right?
and you're all -1 raise.
Except for
From
me.
the smoke.
Except for Milton.
Except for Milton.
So it's 3 for you, sir, to catch up with Nicole, double timing it, Milton style. All right, and then you could use raises to knock out guys. Consequences is that you're running after men who have armed pistols at you. So consequences is avoiding those shots. 2 men with pistols.
Okay. Plus, I would have to use a Benny, I guess, to even get the 3rd one.
Use a Benny.
So.
You're there. Bennies are there to be used. It's up to you.
Plus we got like 1 million bennies.
Yeah, let's use it.
Okay, so you still get to roll though, and then Santiago,
Yes.
Alejandro.
Alejandro
What am I rolling?
is dressed like a
If you're running up there, it's weaponry and finesse.
Okay.
Great. Somebody from the Inquisition.
Yes.
All right. So Alejandro's going to slowly make his way up. He's not in a rush. He's got his sword put away, but he's got his gun out, and he's gonna walk into the kitchen and just shoot people. Just shoot people.
So you want to shoot? You want to shoot one of the brute squad?
Yeah, I want to shoot one of the brute squad. A question: do I recognize the hooded as a member of the Inquisition, as of the church, like a high-ranking official, or do I know the uniform?
No, you don't know the uniform.
Okay, so
you know the robes. You know the robes, but the masks are new.
And it could be a victim, somebody kidnapped. And
Potentially, but the person who has a cloak over it, it's literally the equivalent of a sheet. It's a white sheet that's been tossed over this person. You have no idea who's under it.
Are they moving around in it like they know, or are they like,
They seem to be protecting him.
They're protecting him. Oh, well then, I kind of want to shoot him in the head.
Be difficult. They all have their bodies protecting him.
So it's like I open the kitchen door in my imagined approach, and then they'll kind of turn around and start firing me, but I'll just want to start shooting at them, just taking them out.
Right.
That's
It's
my
a
approach.
single shot flintlock pistol, so you get one shot with it.
Okay, and then I guess I'll do one shot and duck out of the way or something. I don't know.
That's
jump.
fine.
Okay, great.
So if you're still wanting to go after them, how I view what you would like to do is that you're basically running up with these robes, and you've either got your sword drawn or you're pulling it away so that you can run with your pistol and try to get a shot as you're like going over kitchen tables and rolling under chairs and lifting yourself up like, guys, this is an action sequence.
If I am hiding from velociraptors, correct. Yes.
If you're hiding from velociraptors. Exactly. So,
You gotta run pretty fast.
in that circumstances, you're still going to do finesse and athletics, and you're going to have to spend 3 raises to get up onto them, but you'll still be able to shoot no matter what.
But I'm still itchy from poison.
Still itchy from poison.
Okay.
So roll, if you haven't already,
I had 5, so that's 4.
4.
Awesome. I had 4, so that's 3.
All right. Is it starting to make sense a little bit? I know we're still learning the mechanics of action sequences a little bit.
So I got 2 more. So that's or
How many did you get? How many did you roll?
2. I got 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to spend 2 for bennies?
Nope.
I had 3 to get there. Spent those.
Those.
Now we're rolling for finesse and athletics. I have 2.
Well, you this would be part of your approach. You would have to spend 3 to get there as part of this roll.
So you
I
had
thought I
3
was
left
going-
over from last time?
I had 2 left over.
Oh, from last time.
last time.
Raises don't they don't roll over from scenario to scenario or from situation to situation. So if you had 2 left over from the last situation, I'd either buy those back from you as far as hero points go, or you would use them to like benefit your friends to like provide a situation or provide an opportunity for them.
Okay. So, well, I'd like to sell them, but let's just be clear. So if I was rushing up to try to attack the sheet boy.
Sheet boy. It'd be 3 raises to get there and then 1 to hit him.
Right. But weren't we already talking about that like 2 minutes ago when I grabbed the
that
other
was your
Benny?
approach.
No, when you grabbed your Benny originally, Jason, I thought it was in order to knock the guys out that were downstairs.
Right, and then I grabbed another one to do this.
So you have 2 raises, and you want to have 2 bennies in order to do the 4 raises needed to run up to them and hit them.
Yes.
That's fine.
Okay.
But you don't get those 2 raises that were from downstairs.
Okay, cool.
I will buy 1 from you.
Okay.
If you would like it, I'll take a danger point.
Okay.
And then you get a hero point.
Great.
All right. And just keep in mind that raises don't roll over from scenario to scenario.
So it's not like T-Mobile.
No, it's not. Now the problem is that you didn't negate any of the consequences. So, as you are spending your 3 to run up, you will have 2 men who will be firing pistols at you. Okay. So Milton, with his staff, just begins to just run next to Alejandro, who seem to just be doing everything they can, and Milton manages to find the path of least resistance, but is standing tall as 2 men with pistols keep looking behind them towards where they're guiding the sheeted man as they pull pistols out and as 2 guns go off, and you hear them ricochet ta-ding, ta-ding, as one of them bouncing back hits you in the side of your gut, leaving you with a burning pain on your side as you just continue to purse through, but with a little more of a limp now. So you'll be taking each one. The brute squad is 3, So, and they're all attacking you. The brute squad is 3. That's 3 wounds and a dramatic wound.
Okay.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I'm all right.
And the other pistol shot will go towards Alejandro, who will actually, no, the brute squad can only take it towards one character. So Alejandro, you are spared.
Yay.
All right. Good, because you guys are both already hit.
Yeah.
And
a lot.
I'm at
as
2.
you are spending your 3, and how are you spending your raises?
So now I have 4. They are I 3 to get ahead.
3 to get ahead.
1 for the dexterous movements, hopping up to the beam, running across, balancing, and then dropping down. So I don't know how many wounds you said I would take.
2, so you will take
so I'll
1.
only take 1 wound.
Right. So
Ha-ha.
as you're lifting yourself up the scaffold, you have a rogue nail that seems to scrape you, or you bonk your head on one of the beams as you lift yourself up.
Yes.
And tumble down onto the dining room table as dust lifts up around you as this courtesan with stiletto heels lands on the table with 3 men and a sheeted figure as Milton, stumbling with his bullet wound, clacks one on the top of the head as both continue to pull swords out. And Alejandro, how do you wish to spend yours?
I got 2, so you said it was 3 to even keep up with everybody.
Right.
So I'm behind.
So you're hurting.
I'm hurting.
And you're probably stumbling up to them at this point.
Stumbling
Speaking
is
of
like
stumbling.
a mirror.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I almost died.
Then, as you all reach this man and clock them on the side of the head, you have how many
3.
raises? 3.
So I'm going to spend the 2 to get up there.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not going to give a rat's ass if they think I'm on their side or not. I need to see what's under that sheet.
Okay.
Get it.
But did I knock him? Or
You knocked him. So what would happen is that you hit him on the head, it splayed down, all 3 pull their swords and lift them up to your neck as you're right there standing over him. As you stand, as all of them point them right into the neck, and they begin to purse into it as you, looking like a robed masked creature, run up and kind of like pretend like you're helping him up, but lift under the curtain to peek what it is, and I will write it, and that's where we'll have to end it for this week.
What is it?
And I will give you the note, and you will find out next week as our
Oh my god, I have a secret note that lasts a whole week!
adventure continues as this raid inside the plantation has to unfortunately come to a close. So make sure you tune in next week to find out what's under the sheet and find out what secrets this plantation have to hold, as tomorrow is the hanging of Edward. So
Oh yeah, that guy.
that guy,
yeah, remember
that thing.
What if that is Edward?
That is different. And I will say that you clacked him on the head, but as Nicole, as you are trying to help him up, he is hit, but he is not unconscious. Yeah, it's actually, he very much pushed himself up, and that's when you were able to get a little glance underneath as he comes up.
I see you.
And that's where we leave it. So we'll see you next week, guys.
All right.
See ya.
Oh my god!
Bye. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of ForeverVerse. Make sure to like and comment and subscribe, as we'll be releasing episodes on every Thursday on GNS's YouTube, starting with the first episode right here. If you'd like to jump ahead to the current point in our campaign, you can always watch us live on Twitch, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch ForeverVerse episodes that are available right now, you can always go to ProjectAlpha.com. They are all there for you. And if you want to watch episodes that we've already released on YouTube, there's this fun little playlist right here. Thanks. Goodbye.